In this video, we're going to look at 5 things that have ruined my life for the worst. I've been thankfully self-aware to understand that these things are doing me wrong. Number 1 is being too excited in the beginning. What happens with me, particularly with the way I've grown up, is I've been too excited very soon, even before anything starts to happen. And what happens is I dwell a lot about the result and visualize myself winning a trophy, winning an Oscar, doing something great, instead of actually thinking about the process. And what ends up happening is I lose a lot of energy visualizing the result rather than spending that energy in the process of making that result come alive. Number 2 is too much perfection. I expect everything to be too perfect even before I start. And that's a big issue when you're trying to build something and when you're trying to build a process into building anything. The big problem with being a perfectionist is that you never get shit done. And this is a huge problem because you have too many ideas, too many dreams, too many vision boards, and too many plans of becoming great, but nothing ends up happening. Because even a slight mistake or correction or change in the plan destroys your momentum and you do 0 things. And then when you look back, it's 5 years since you had an idea and you haven't even started. Perfection sometimes is the greatest villain when you try to build something for yourself. It can be your body, it can be building a YouTube channel, it can be building a company, it can be building your wardrobe, anything. Perfection can kill your dreams because it won't let you go from 0 to 1. Number 3 is not being too open or being inside my own shell. So I've not been part of a lot of people's plans or experiences, and this comes because probably I'm an introvert or I'm shy or I'm not good with going somewhere without a plan. And this can be a big issue because a lot of things in life, a lot of experience in life comes from serendipity, comes from accident, comes from experiences that you have without you even knowing that you are going to have this experience. Great example is when I went skydiving for the first time in my life, and that happened after I procrastinated about it for about 5 years.
It's the best freaking experience you can have in life. In my 25 years as a human being, I've never felt so much pleasure, excitement, adventure, and I've not seen what I've seen in the 5 minutes I got to be in air. And it is one of the most profound experiences because it blew my mind, and it is, to put it in words is difficult, but it's like watching the whole world in 100K.
And then thankfully a friend of mine said, I want to go there and I want to do something, and I ended up for the first time in my life telling that person, okay, let's go. And it was way out of my comfort zone to go and do something that I've never done before. And the first time I did something when I went out of my comfort zone, I understood that I've been shutting the door for a lot of people, which in turn shut the door for a lot of experience, for a lot of learning, and let me be inside my own shell, which doesn't give anything to my life. Number 4 is short term versus long term. One of the biggest problems in my life that I've faced so far is not investing in the long term for food and for money. For food, I could have learned to cook. It's not a big deal to learn to cook. Because I eat out a lot, because I consume a lot of food, on an average 90% of the food that I've consumed so far here in my life outside, the biggest problem is that I've always had food that is not good for my health. And this has in turn reduced my stamina and my health and my sleep and everything that concerns my performance in my day-to-day life. Second thing is the money part. If I had known that saving up even a little bit of money every single month would help me in the long run, I would have done it. I knew that it would help me, but I didn't do it. And this was because I always thought about the short-term gains. I always thought about what I had to buy that month, which AirPods I had to get that month, which phone I had to get that year, and never ever thought about stuff that I had to get in the long term. Point number 5 is the most interesting point, and nobody can make you a fool other than yourself. Again, one of the biggest problems that I've had so far in life is thinking that all the problems that I had, which includes anxiety, which includes trying to confront people, which includes setting my boundaries, which includes talking about how much salary I should be paid, were all issues that I could sort by myself. And this is a big red flag because this doesn't stop with just you. It translates into relationships with your friends, your family, your partners, your wife, your girlfriend, anybody. This takes a lot of time and falling flat on your face a lot of times for you to understand that A, you need therapy, and B, you need to work on yourself. And one of the common myths is that when you say out loud that you have to work on yourself a lot, it is sometimes assumed that telling other people that you have a problem with yourself can be a big issue, which is not. If you are somebody who feels that you have a problem with yourself and you want to change something about that, I think that can be one of the most interesting aspects of your personality, and it can give seed to a lot of growth in you, and you can become an amazing person just because you've noticed that you have a problem with yourself. Even if you're not somebody who's prone to the idea of therapy, if you don't believe in it, trying to understand what you can change about yourself and make yourself better is a great place to start. That's all I wanted to share with this video. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye. Growth. Cut பண்ணிடு. நான் சொல்ல இன்னும் பட்டி போலாமா?